Okay, so this is the MTSS meeting on February 27th, and we just have a few things to go over. Let me share my screen, see if I can get the right stuff up. That didn't work. Okay, are you guys seeing the notes or no? Okay. Okay, so here's what we need to do today. So the final review of the toolkit before it goes live. And then
we have up the literacy night recap.
Oh, we need to do that too. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's try again. It's been weird. I think I drive my schedule up. Okay, sorry. I don't know why it's not sharing. It's not sharing the right screen. Hold on. Hold on. Hates me today. Okay, let's try again. Okay, there we go. Is it good? Okay, perfect. Okay, so we need to just review the toolkit, discussion of how and when to post it to the website. So we have to see if it's ready. And Barbara's supposed to be joining us, and actually she's supposed to be right here right now. So hopefully she joins in soon, and she's going to tell us about how we get this to the website, probably where to put it on the website, a good suggestion. And then we're going to do the recap of the literacy night and just go over some of the positives and negatives and what we think we should do for the future. I know people have been using Epic and we've been ordering from Scholastic, so there have been some positives out of that for sure. And Tori probably knows more about who's been using it. I think Steph has some people possibly using it too. So maybe we can even get some numbers with how many kids are using it. And then any other topics we have would be great. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. And then Steph, will you share your Symbaloo for us? Okay, and then tell us just a little bit about what you added.
So I sent it out through the chat, the link to the Symbaloo, but I'm going to share my screen so that way you can see it. Okay. Can everyone see the Symbaloo?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I just went through and I just added Scholastic, so that way you can get a link right to that just by clicking on it. And it takes you right to the home page.
How are we going, now that parents are allowed to order Scholastic, will they do it through this?
Yeah, they should. It's so simple. All you literally do is click on that link and it is so easy to purchase. You just click what you want, you can pay, and then it just gets shipped to the school. And then we put in the note that you will have to pick it up, but we do have like Rose who can deliver it to different places. And then Tori offered wherever she goes, because she hits up so many different libraries, that parents can meet her there. And it'd also be a way to bring out some people from their houses to meet us at the libraries. So I am even promoting like the dollar books, because every week there is a dollar book, and some of them are very, very expensive books that they mark down to $1. And then Tori ordered the one time and she hit like the dollar jackpot. I don't even know how many there were, but she ordered more than I want to say. She ordered a ton of dollar books though. I mean, really nice dollar books. So if we could encourage, maybe even during your check-ins, just mention there is a Scholastic.
And Easter's coming.
Yeah, Easter is coming, the holidays. We could even mention like the dollar book of the week or whatever, but really try to promote this so that we can get, you know, books in the hands of our learners. And I think it's really it's gonna be nice. But hopefully they do have to come in. We can't ship any, unfortunately, because it's just too expensive to ship the books.
So we could put the dollar book of the week out in our closed Facebook group. And we can also, I can do a quick graphic to make a little graphic that you can send in a hangout to your learning guide group.
That would be good, because I think this is something that kids will enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Heather, for answering.
I'm sorry, I'm muted.
Oh, there you go.
So if you click on the Scholastic thing, it usually pops up sometimes like, it usually like pops up right at the beginning. I don't know if it's shot by grade, maybe if you click on that up at the top there. just hit shop by, and then yeah, click on it. Maybe it'll come up, but usually sometimes it scrolls like literally dollar book of the week. I don't know why it's not coming up, but usually it's very easy to find the dollar book of the week. It'll just pop up, or if you just type in Scholastic, it'll just pop up if they're interested in that as well. So, but yeah, it's super nice. Okay, Steph, do you want to take us back to the Symbaloo then?
Sure.
Okay, so we need to look at this carefully and see if there's any changes we want to make, and then Barbara will tell us maybe our options for putting it on the website where it's available, what are like where our options are to actually, so it makes it easy for people to see it. Foot of 10 is just kind of, you click one link and then you can find it.
We
There.
do have it already on the website,
Yes, we do.
right here, under CPDLF students.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Mhm.
Click on it, Steph.
Yep.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Now it didn't update because I added Scholastic this morning, so I'm not sure why it won't update, but it's update on my end. So maybe just re-linking the link.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure. And so if you do an update, maybe just let me know so I can go in and
Okay.
put the link in again.
Yeah, because it should look like this.
And should we call, Stephanie and I talked about calling it something different so that our learners and parents would know what it is. They may not know the word Symbaloo.
Foot of 10, they call it Foot of 10 web links. So I don't know if we want to call it CPDLF something. And then we would probably want to promote this as well somehow. Maybe Kim could put it in her newsletter and we could promote it during check-ins and different things and say, check this out.
And I also have this link in my ConnectU class, and like my bonus features section. And because the kids get confused on that main CPDLF page, this is what they're using to get into their classes now. Like they'll click Google Classroom, Canvas, whatever. So this is like the only thing they're using.
Okay. So I've been sharing like the frogs, that initiative, whatever. I've been putting that on our website on the home page because we have 3 places for recent news. So that would be a place also that I could advertise this, so to speak, so that our parents and learners know it's there. And then, of course, I'll send it to the Facebook closed group.
Okay, so this is a good start. So I feel like we'll just try to get it out there as much as we can. And maybe even when we meet our new learners on, Wednesdays and Thursdays, we can show them how easy it is to get to Symbaloo and how easy it is to, go to Canvas and Florida Virtual and all that good stuff. Odyssey Ware, Own It. So there's a lot of really great stuff in here.
Yeah, so maybe at enrollment, we make this part of enrollment. Like I know we show them our website and CPDLF students, but maybe from now on, we show them this is the primary way. And our website is a secondary way, but really make this the first one that they use. If that's our intention, is to move everyone to this.
I think it's just so user friendly. Like my son at Foot of 10, he goes right to the web links. Like he doesn't even mess around with anything else. He knows to just come here, click what he needs, and he's good to go then. So I think they'll get better at using this, and I think it'll be really nice for them.
Oh, I think it's great. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is everybody good with this, happy with this? It's at a nice location, I think, on the website. If we can put it into each of our ConnectU, maybe at the top of it, and just promote it as much as we can. And maybe some of the younger kids will get used to using, some of the great resources like Starfall and different things like that. So, okay, wonderful. Okay,
And
thanks,
if
Steph.
anyone, you're welcome. If anyone has any suggestions about what to put in each of the quadrants, just let me know based on what you're using with your learners.
Okay, if you want to stop share, we'll move on to the next topic then. Okay, so that's good. I'm happy with that. So Barbara, you can stay or you can go. You're
Okay, I was going to ask you if that's all.
Yep, that should be it then, now that we know it's on the site. Okay, so let's talk about our literacy night recap. So here's a document. We're going to talk about some of the positives and negatives and where we can go in the future. Okay, so this is what we sent out. So attendance, it looks like they filled this in for us, so this is good. And recorded session, that's nice as well. So three were
Where
live.
is the recorded session? I know she sent us the link, but did Deanna post it somewhere for the parents? Because she was going to track.
I don't know about her sending it out, but I know I put the link in my Google Classroom and it expired like a week ago. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
And I just sent mine out in Hangout, sorry. I just did a Hangout and sent it out, but yeah, that's how I did it.
Right, but how did we track if anyone watched it?
Oh, there were questions to answer at the end of it, and then
Okay.
they must have had to submit it to her. Somehow that it was tracked, and then it was given to Michelle, who then sent the
Right.
stuff out. So I think it was just sent out on Monday, so they should be receiving the items soon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like 9 learners, parents all together. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so some of the positives and some of the negatives. What do we think? So
Well, I wish the positive could be that our parents would really want to join it and be part of whatever we, whatever type of event we have without, having to say we're going to give you a gift. I wish we could really motivate our parents to want to be part of the school, their child's education, just as we were and are with our children.
okay. I think a positive also is that people are using some of the resources that we talked about. So Tori, do you want to talk about some of the people that you've found that are using this?
Yeah, so most of my kids are using Epic, either because it's assigned to them now, like step 1, Stephanie and I's learners, we share, needs a little boost of he's not gifted, we don't use the G word, but yeah, so he's using that to do some big reading. And I have kids who, we do independent reading for 3rd grade, and they don't have access to books. So they're using Epic to get their independent reading in. And they like that it's not necessarily pick a book that I don't care about. My one kid loves wrestling, and they have 50 books on different wrestlers. So it's very at their level of interest and their level of reading. And Scholastic, we've had, I think, just one kid of mine order so far, but I know I've had a couple of families just from watching on Go Guardian have gotten on the website and looked around. So that's a big step, even just to bother looking. And what else did we talk about? The Symbaloo, like I said, the Symbaloo, most of my kids, that's all they're using because it's less confusing for them than going to the CPLF main page or even clicking the buttons at the bottom of their Chromebook, because sometimes they get confused about that. It's just that one place to go, and it's easier for their little brains. my older kids, Patty, have been paying attention more of what they're choosing to use for their resources. So I'm happy about that. A lot less wiki articles.
Yeah, that's great, Tori. Thank you for sharing.
And then I have one kid that struggles with vocabulary, and mom was so excited about what I said about like doing a vocabulary chart. So she started at home a word of the day and does the chart with her daughter to help get basic vocabulary in.
Okay. So, wow, a lot of good has come out of this for Tori, especially. I mean, that's great. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, so we have learners. I mean, it sounds like a ton of your learners are using Epic, and they're finding really great resources on that as well. And Scholastic, if we can keep promoting it, we do get a ton of free books with it. And I always try to pick like ones that don't cost as many points, and then like the more kids that order, sometimes I'll even get like $5 free or $10 free, and then I always order the dollar books as our free stuff, so we can get like 10 free books just right there. So it really does add up. And now I know why, you know, teachers in elementary school send them home so much, is because they can get an entire library for free. And that would be amazing if we could, you know, really build up what we give out and what we have here. Okay, and Symbaloo, we'll promote that some more.
I also think a positive would be that, you know, that was our first virtual event, and I thought it went well. Like, do you know what I mean? It went smooth. And I think it's, you know, something we can continue to use.
Yeah, I agree as well. Yeah, there wasn't like the downtime. It was interesting. I think people were engaged. It was just the right amount of discussion and presentation for everybody. Okay, so it's just a negative. You said it is a shame we have to offer gifts. Okay, can anyone else think of anything negative about anything that we did?
I thought that it went really well, and we had a lot of great information. It was very informative, very helpful for both the learners and the learning coaches. I just would have liked to have seen more show up than what showed up, given the amount of work and time and effort that we had put into it. So I don't know if that's a future planning topic of finding ways to more adequately promote the event in the future.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's just really a matter. We have to, you know, build the motivation for our learning coaches, you know, to want to do this.
Okay. So obviously there's more positives than negatives, I think, for sure, which is always amazing, and what we are going for. So that's very, very good. Okay, so future planning. It sounds like, you know, Patty already hit on it, that we need to find a way to market it better. So market our MTS events. Effort to bring out more families to the event. Okay. Were we happy that it was virtual with what we got out of it? Do we need to make it ever in person? Okay, good. So put that positive. What else could we do for future planning? Does anyone have any ideas?
Maybe have like a theme, like, I don't know how to say it. Like we were doing comprehension, like kind of was a theme, but have something streamlined that we're all put. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe we would work harder on coming up with the topics, and then each of us take one from there, rather than kind of just random topics that we're sort of yelling at. We could all come up with the topics together. Okay. Yeah, that was one thing we probably rushed through, was pick a topic and go now. So um, okay. Okay, good. So should we find a way to get feedback from families too? I don't know if that was in her thing at all. I don't think Deanna, I think they just asked a question. I don't know if they got feedback from families. But maybe we should get some feedback about what they liked and didn't like about the virtual evening.
Yeah, I think that's going to help us be able to plan the next.
So, any other topics that we should discuss today?
It's too late in the year to do this, and I was just like, blah, at the beginning of the year. But something maybe to consider at the start of next year. I don't know if you guys see it on Facebook, but I know like my teacher friends in a brick and mortar school, they ask their Facebook friends to pick a random number, and that's the child that they sponsor for the year, so that every time there's a book order, every child gets a book. And they like literally will pick like number 22, and number 22 is associated with John Doe, and they'll give $10, so John Doe gets 10 books in the year, and Betty Sue's 18 and she gets $10, so she gets 10 books for the year.
Oh, I have seen that. That's good. Yeah, they don't even, my friends don't even have the numbers. They just say, is anyone interested in sponsoring a child? I have 30 kids in my classroom. And usually you can't get people to sponsor families. So yeah, but the only problem is getting the books to the kids. That's the only thing. We're gonna have to be really creative about how we can get them.
I pay for shipping for everything anyhow for my friend. Like, I'll pay it. Like, worst case scenario, I'll pay it.
I feel like most of our kids are local, and there is a way to get them to them. Even, and if you're offering them free books, they might be able to meet you at Barnes and Noble or somewhere. I know I would be more willing to meet somebody if they're giving me, free books. And sometimes we have families, so it would be like 3 kids getting them, and it wouldn't have to be like every single month. Like we could build it up and do 2 months or something like that.
It might be an incentive to get them to come to family engagement night too.
Oh yeah. And we'd obviously get more points with our Scholastic, so it would be a win-win for everybody. Cheap books in their hands, and more points for us to get more books. Now, how many are you thinking every single learner we have, like, except not Open Campus, or Open Campus? Oh, okay. Open Campus sometimes comes to family engagement night, so we would just have to be able to get them a book maybe that evening.
But like, we just take care of our own learning guide kids.
Okay.
Like, I'd have my learning guide kids that I would sponsor for, and you'd have yours, and Patty'd have hers, and like just our learning guide kids.
Wait, sponsor as in how?
We ask like friends on Facebook to contribute $1 so that we can buy kids books.
I'm not sure about posting that on my, I don't know. Is there a better way? But I would not want to take on the responsibility of making sure my 28 kids get sponsored.
We could all help each other too. I mean, we wouldn't exactly have to say that it was going. And we could try to get some businesses. This would be actually a great way to meet businesses and reach out to businesses and see if we could we could also try to get some businesses. Okay, so essentially, and I don't even have, I mean, I have open campus kids, so I would have probably like 12 CPDLF kids, I think, or 15. So, because I do have a lot of open campus kids, which I think a lot of us do. So we'd have to get like a breakdown of CPDLF kids versus OC kids and kind of see what we have. The only thing would be we have so many learners coming in and out. We might have to make sure that we have a couple surpluses, I guess. We should, I don't know, which we do have books here too we can pull from. Okay. So essentially each CPDLF will get
I do like getting the businesses involved, but would that be something we could go through marketing?
I think so. Yeah, I would say, you know, at CPDLF, we're trying to, you know, we can explain, maybe we should have a letter written, probably explain our situation, socioeconomic. You know, many of our learners don't have access to books, and this is a way for them to, and it would, you know, be getting back to our community as well as our learners, you know, read. They're going to be productive members of society and may eventually work for you. So kind of sell it at that end, but, you know, 8 to 9, even if we had to take it down to 5 books, that would probably only be like $60 for me, or maybe $60 to $100 a year.
5 books would be like once a marking period and then an extra at the end of the year.
That would be good.
Yeah, and I don't mean to sound like a Debbie Downer. I could not take. I mean, I'm paying off education loans for my kids, so I couldn't take on providing books for 16 kids. Does that make sense?
And honestly, Patty, when people post this, people gobble it up. Like, people want to help.
My
Maybe
friend
like
in Johnstown has 35 learners, and within a week she had one sponsor for every learner. So she, like, all the learners get a book every month, 40 kids, because other people sponsor, like, none of her money.
Yeah, and like maybe Patty, maybe you could get, you know, your brother who's financially okay in New York or whatever. Maybe he would sponsor one of your kids for $5, or maybe your dad would sponsor one for $5. I mean, it doesn't, and if it doesn't work, then we can figure, like I said, we have extra books here, and the more books we order, the more books we can get for free. And the more we can promote this to our families, the more free books I can order. Because if we have like 7 or 8 kids order at every book order, a lot of times they'll say for every $10 that's put in, you get $5 in free books or something. Like they have some great promotions. So we can just stockpile books, and if we don't quite get enough, we could always try it. And, you know, in the summer, maybe Barbara can go around to businesses and try to, you know, I think realistically, maybe the $5 one, like one per marking period, 5. So what do we have, 120 learners times $5? That's $600 or something we would need for the year.
And is that something we can put into our budget as well? I mean, there are other ways. I'm just not sure about asking my Facebook friends.
Yeah, we can figure something out. But if we all really promote the Scholastic books until the end of the year, that might be a way for us to, you know, get a whole bunch of more books. And I haven't counted them, but I don't know, Tori, what do you think? We have like 200 books or more back here? I don't know. There's a lot. Okay. Anything else we can think of? Okay, then I think we're good. We had the final review. We are good. It's on the website. Barbara's going to update it, the Symbaloo, and I think we have lots of positives from our literacy night, a few negatives that we can work on, and some future planning and possibly books for everybody next year. And I know at Foot of 10, they do give, or at least last year in the budget, they gave each kid a book once a year. They each get a book. So it's something, even if we could do that, if we start small, a book for free for each kid. So we'll figure it out. Everybody good? Okay. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, Heather.